Hello everybody, welcome to Monday Morning Must Knows. My name is Merlin Rothfeld, and here are 3 important things to pay attention to for the upcoming trading week. Now we're going to start things off with a topic we've talked about a lot over the past few months here, which is inflation, the dreaded I word. Yes, your purchasing power has been diluted and getting less and less each and every day, hence the little frowny face there. Your dollar looks so tiny in the little pinch of the fingers. We have 2 announcements. Number 1, we have consumer price index numbers coming out Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And on Thursday, back-to-back days, you have producer price index coming out at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time as well. Now this is important because when you look at the price charts, specifically we'll start with CPI, you can see that over the past few months, a very sharp, dramatic rise in inflation. Now the expectation is that we're going to go from 0.9 to 0.5 on consumer price index. That's a pretty substantial drop that the industry experts are expecting. Any deviation from that can create some serious ripples in this market. Producer price index also has had a significant rise over the past 6 or 7 months. They're expecting it to go from 1.0 all the way down to 0.6 on PPI data. So keep your eye on those announcements because they will most likely create some waves in the market. Up, down, not sure which way it's going to go, but there will be some volatility there. Now, moving on to the second one, a very important topic, which is cryptocurrency. I know most of you that aren't in this space are hearing more and more about crypto each and every day, whether it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, a lot of talk track about, is it cash, is it a security, is it a commodity? We don't know. And honestly, those boundaries have not been defined. Now, under this current infrastructure bill that's trying to get passed through at $1.2 trillion, there's a lot of stuff being pushed into this bill. One of them is cryptocurrencies, kind of under the radar there. Now, the problem is, the politicians don't quite understand cryptocurrencies. Some do, others have no idea what it's about. And they're blanket taxing it all. They're trying to say, we're going to just tax the entire segment, from miners to wallets to exchanges to decentralized exchanges, tax everything. And there are some politicians out there going, you know what, this is not a good idea. You're actually overstepping some boundaries here. Let's define what a broker is. So what they're trying to do is say, we're going to tax the transactions that come through and go back into cash. Therefore, they want to go through brokers. And right now, as the bill stands, a broker is anybody to do with cryptocurrency. So a miner, they're not making transactions. They're validating, making sure everything's okay, but they're not making a transaction. No need to tax those guys. So Senators Wyden, Loomis, and Toomey have announced an amendment that's going to be voted on over the weekend. Now, this amendment clarifies what a broker is, and specifically it is targeting centralized exchanges. So those aren't the decentralized ones we talk about in the cryptocurrency program, but more about the centralized exchanges and putting taxes on that. Now, this announcement can create a lot of volatility in the space because it's starting to define the rails of the train tracks for the cryptocurrency industry. If the Wyden, Loomis, and Toomey amendment gets shot down and there's a blanket tax across the entire cryptocurrency space, it could create some very negative headwinds for the entire market. However, if it does pass, what it does is now more clearly defines what is what in the crypto space. Now, we talked about regulation. Regulation might be bad if it oversteps, but it's also good if it clarifies. And if we clarify and get some direction, and maybe these assets are now covered under FDIC or SIPC insurance, now all of a sudden we might have some security protection, some insurance in the crypto space, and that would help the adoption rate, and therefore cryptocurrencies become more popular. That said, I don't know which way it's going to go, but some major announcements in the crypto space this weekend. Now, you look at what's happening on the earnings front. Last week we had the FANG stocks, which were awesome. Lots of movement there. This week, there's some big names, 924 to be precise, but not the big monsters that you're normally used to. On Monday, we've got the Trade Desk, Planet Hollywood, and Barrick Gold. Tuesday brings you Chesapeake Energy, Cisco, now that's not the technology firm, that's the food packaging company, SoftBank, and Pan American Silver to keep your gold and silver on our Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday brings you NIO, the electronic car maker, eBay, and Wix. Thursday brings you Disney, Applied Materials, Baidu, and Wheaton Precious Metals. And on Friday, the big daddy, Mr. Berkshire Hathaway, reporting earnings. Nothing like a $650 billion company reporting on a Friday. Not the most volatile security because it has such limited shares and such a lofty price. But so many people look at Berkshire Hathaway as kind of a barometer for the market, the economy, and of course, Mr. Warren Buffett. That, my friends, is your Monday Morning Must Knows. We'll see you next week.